the money's at. And then realizing black people consume on their vices versus bills.
Yes.
Right? So I started just watching customers. Watching, like calculating how much money they can make and spend and realize, how are you guys affording this, right? Then I started using video game tactics, right? So like on the 14th and the 15th, the 14th and the 1st, right? So on like the 13th and like the 28th, I put out the best prices, right? Because I know you don't have no money, so I need you to go get it, right? So I'll do like if an eighth is 3.5 for like $40, I sell it for 25, all top shelf, right? Just try to flood the market, let you go out there and spend, and then on the 1st and the 15th, put it back to normal. Right? Put it back to normal because you got money now. Right? So I'm trying to get all your money at the beginning and then bend you at the end. So I went up I was doing like 1,000 people a day. So, Al and all of them are in the game. Right? And, I told him, I said, hey, listen.
Being that I'm a truck driver, there's a lot of audio books that I listen to while I'm driving for the 10, 11 hours a day. There's a lot of podcasts that I watch. I have my favorites. I have a lot of podcasts that I listen to. I love the Gillian Wallow podcast. I love the Joe Budden podcast. I even listen to sports podcasts like Gilbert Arenas. That's what Gilbert Arenas, the ex-basketball player, great point guard. I was just listening to his podcast today, and he was speaking of his marijuana business. Coming from Michigan, legalized marijuana. There's nothing wrong with the cannabis business, the marijuana business. But I was just listening to how he was speaking on how he got his customers. I think he said he got up to 1,000 customers a day. And most of his customers are, African-American men. Or, women, just the African-American community. That's most of his customers. And he was just speaking that, he was saying that, a lot of them don't have money for their bills, but they have money to smoke weed and get high. He said that he know that a lot of the blacks get their money on the 1st and 15th. If anybody don't know, that's not from the streets, that's when a lot of the government checks come out, to the port on the 1st and the 15th. That's when they get their money. So he know that that's when a lot of the poor get their money, on the 1st and the 15th. So on the 30th of every month, the 30th and the 13th, he gives specials out where he charged $25 for an eighth. They're normally $40, but 2 days before people get their money, he give out specials. Because in his words, he say that he wants you to go find my money. Go burrow, go beg, go steal, go do whatever's needed. He didn't say the steal part, but I'm just saying whatever is needed. He basically saying go find my money to bring for my business. Now he's made, access over $100 million in his career playing basketball. He's a very wealthy man. It just bothered me by just knowing his tactics that he used to attack the poor community, really the African American community, knowing that we poor-minded. He used his resources to help us. Instead of using his resources to help us, he used his resources to take from us. And like I said, I'm a big fan. He didn't say it in a spiteful way. I think he just said it not knowing what he's doing, not knowing his marketing strategy is hurting his own people. The way he said it, you could tell that he didn't have any type of intent to do wrong, but it just showed that this is how they market towards us being the poor. I have friends that's 5%ers. I never knew what a 5%er was. A 5%er basically, it shows that 85% of the people are deaf, dumb, and blind. 85% of the people don't understand what's going on around them. They're not aware. They're the ones who watch and believe everything that Fox News, MSNBC, CNN tell them. They believe everything that they see on the internet. It don't matter if it's a lie or the truth. They don't care. It's just they're very impressionable. So 85% of the population is deaf, dumb, and blind. And then they say that 10% of the population controls the 85%. It could be Apple with new products, new iPhone every year, make you pay that Apple bill, that Apple Care every month. It could be the AT&Ts, the Verizon, the cell phone services that make you come pay them every month. It could be the Walmarts, the Targets of the world that make you come all around, the United States, bring their money. That's where you get your groceries and your food. It could be the insurance companies, the Progressives, the Allstate. These are the 10% of the world. They create products that the other 85% have to lean on forever. And we are their consumers and their customers for our whole lives. We put their kids through college. We put their kids through the best of schools. We put their kids in the best situations while our kids struggle in poor environments and inner cities. And the other 5% is the 5%ers. They're the one who try to teach the 85%, but they're outnumbered, they're outgunned, they're out-resourced. So the 85% usually stay on deaf and dumb ears. And I never really understood it in life until I started seeing how they market towards the poor. Even with Gilbert Arenas, market towards the poor. These people take their millions and their billions of dollars and they market towards the poorer communities because they know that we don't know any better. We don't know how to get ourselves out of these situations. We don't know that this man giving us the highest grade of marijuana for the cheapest prices to get us wheeled in, to get us his customer, to get us on his line. And a lot of people use that and do that in the drug game. They give out testers, they give out they give out the purest dope to get you on their line. They give you their number, they give you the sample, call me when you need it again. It make the fiends dependent on their product. So I don't think that the man did it with ill intent. I don't think that he understands what he's doing. So I just want to speak on it to let our people know that we have to get better as us. We have to get better as whole and stop being someone's customer all the time. Sometimes we have to think, why he giving us these specials 2 days before we get paid? Why are we having to beg and borrow 2 days before we get our check to give to this multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire our last? So
all this stuff where